Welcome to episode 4 of The Runs with me, Gareth.
And me, Nicky.
Bonus episode today, Nick. No guests. We are gonna... It's the most least Christmassy Christmas special ever. We have got our Christmas hats on, but we want to take it back to 2018. Not in the snow, in the blazing hot sun, June the 3rd, 2018, where me and Nicky done a triathlon.
OGs,
Yeah, we done triathlon before tri-suits.
Yeah, before it was cool.
Yeah. So we had Kyle on last week. I'm sure we'll have more triathletes on throughout the duration as well. But we did do it first.
We did.
I can't remember the distances, Nick. So I remember it's the sleep when you're dead down in Barry. But how long is a sprint triathlon? Remind me, because it's all a blur.
Yeah, it's the Matthew Pritchard, and it's his sort of club, and
Yeah.
I think it was the original one, wasn't it?
The first one. They first one. They're still going, but this was the first one they've done.
It was 750 meter swim.
Sea swim
in the sea. We'll emphasize that because we'll come on to what that was. It was 20k bike. I think
20k, and then
5k run to finish. I know that. Just the bike, 20 odd k, 20k. Can't really remember.
Yeah,
felt like forever anyway on the bikes we had.
We went in undercooked, very undercooked. I can't remember why we signed up. If we set the tone, I was in decent physical condition. I just finished the body coach 90-day training plan, and I'd done a bit of running. I was going to the gym, still playing rugby and football as well. I would do that. I would do park run in the morning and then just play 80 minutes of rugby in the afternoon. All right, second team rugby, which is harder sometimes than first team rugby because it's just a bunch of thugs in second team rugby beating each other up for 80 minutes, really.
Never done it, but I can imagine, that'd be brutal.
But I think, I don't know, it was a stupid idea that we booked.
It was your idea. You dragged me into it, and I can't remember why. It was like some sort of, you do that and I'll do this, but I can't remember what or why. And then I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go for a change, but different training. Yeah. We started going up the pool to me some mornings in my stake. And
yeah, you went up to practice and I went up to socialise, I think, really, wasn't
I? Yeah, you just stood, hang on the side, chatting to everyone.
Ben Keogh was swimming at the time as well, wasn't he? Because he wouldn't be down there sometimes as well.
Yeah, he was always there with us like a shark he was at that time.
But I couldn't swim. I couldn't ride a bike. I could run 5k. But going into that, I couldn't swim. Even like when I go swimming now, I still have to I'll do 25 meters and I'll have a break. I can't do that bounce off the end of the pool and back, like a turnaround or anything. I still have to have a break now. I was really like, I think my swimming got worse during the training, not better.
Yeah, you struggle a bit, in fairness, in the pool. You'd do a couple of lengths and have a breather. I started to enjoy it at the time. It was something different for me and easier on the body. And the more I went, I was going Saturday mornings and probably once or twice in a week when I was like finishing work early or had a bit of a later start.
Yeah, or early start,
I did start to enjoy it.
And me, the social side of it. Seeing the boys at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Then what we do, about 2 or 3 bike rides of about 10, 15 miles.
I was basically judging my ability to ride a bike on my ability to complete a spin session.
Bit different.
But again, it's the same. Like Kyle said the other day, on last week, the dangers of being out on a bike. It gives me major anxiety, the thought of going out on the road on a bike. And I think that's one of the reasons I didn't. Barry was closed off, wasn't it? If the road hadn't been closed, I wouldn't have done it because I've just got major anxiety again, knocked off a bike.
It's not nice. Like you say, we did our one. I remember we went down to Bridgend.
I thought you were going to kill me.
Kevin, and like I was having to I was going, I was going decent, but I weren't quick by no stretch of imagination. I turned around, you just wouldn't be in sight, so I'd like pull into the bus stop. 5 minutes later, you'd come catch me up.
Wheelie and
It's like
wheelie and
knocked off. No,
I remember pushing it through, you know, the lane that goes down to the fountain.
yeah, that's right. We were cut away.
I remember just pushing it up there, thinking, "This is it now. I'm gonna sit here, and somebody's gonna pick me up, or I'm gonna die on the side of the road because I'm not pedaling this bike any further."
Back to my mistake.
But we still went ahead with it.
Yeah, we done all right, man. We completed the job.
That was it, and all I wanted to do was finish it. But remember the night before as well when we went open water swimming with sheds?
Was it the night before? Was it that soon? Bloody hell! I remember we went. First off, they did which was really good about this event. They did like a test, didn't they?
Yeah, we went. Did we go to that?
We went to that, and it was actually in Barry, in like the
Jackson Bay.
I can't. Whitmore, Jackson Bay. I can't remember which one.
They both.
But they did the actual the U. They was going to do on the day, wasn't it? And in fairness, they set it up, didn't they? They had the people out on the paddle boards and. But I remember when we went down there, it was after work one night in the week, and the sea was real rough, and it wasn't the best of night. So that was an experience, just doing that test swim, which was I
don't even know if I'd done it.
Opener. The first time I'd ever been in the sea swimming properly, like.
Yeah.
And I will emphasise, in a borrowed wetsuit of Scott Gray with a big hole in the back of it.
But it was a triathlon one when you, in comparison to I think mine was 2 bare feet surfing one. I didn't know there was difference. Yeah. So apparently there's a massive difference in buoyancy and stuff. Yeah. The buoyancy coming handy for the swim. But I done it, in a surfing wetsuit. My bike was 110. I had a bike off my mother and father for Christmas. It's still in my shed now 5 years later. It's still got my race number on the helmet and the bike. It hasn't been touched since.
But that's standard try practice and they leave your numbers on.
Yeah, well, apparently. What was the other one? Yeah, they like the Glastonbury wristbands, didn't they? Done triathlon, even on a bike. And I ran the 5K in a pair of Nike Air Max 270s as well.
Yeah, that was amazing. Fair play. I did have decent trainers. So, borrowed a bike, so I had my own trainers.
So all the gear was wrong.
Yeah.
Like so wrong. The only proper gear I had was a free swim cap.
Yeah, you have to wear on the day anyway.
Yeah, we all just looked like a bunch of matches, didn't we?
Yeah. But do you remember the day then, when the race started, it was boiling when it was a really hot weekend, because we went down the day before the register and it was roasting.
Conditions were perfect conditions.
It was good, yeah. On the day it was class, because when we done the practice one, I was shitting it after that.
Yeah.
But then, it was really calm. But then, do you remember the tide seemed real far out, and like everyone sprinted off, and we just walked, and we was like, well, I'm not getting amongst all that. We'll just go in last.
Yeah.
Not getting kicked them.
Yeah, I wasn't doing that. Because the night before, when we went down the small beach down Aberafon, didn't we? The other side of the
slip with sheds.
And I remember, I had this wetsuit on. I hadn't seen Sheds for... I think Sheds was actually the most worried out of everyone about my well-being the day after. Because I got in, and as soon as there was no water under I knew there was nothing under my feet. Like,
you couldn't touch a ball.
And you could stand up. It's like Little John in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. You're all right, like a shallow.
Yeah.
But once you're out and there's nothing, like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm going to drown. And I had like a panic attack. That should have been the point where I turned around and said, play. I know I said I would do it.
It's off.
But I can't do it because I want to do a podcast with you in 5 years. And if we do this, Jim, you might be doing our podcast on your own. But,
well,
or with Benki, or even worse. But I should have pulled out. But I was too proud, and I think I would have rather drowned, be the first person to drown on the first Sleep When You're Dead Barry triathlon than pull out of there and lay you down. I was too proud. I'd rather not. I'd rather drown than be the guy that pulled out of a triathlon he's been banging on about for 6 months.
But, yeah, you hooked me into.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then on the day, the swim, remember the, like, obviously your brother was there and a few of the
Yeah.
boys down to watch sport. So he comes out of the swim, running up the beach, because it was a fair trek, the transition. We had to run up the beach and then run up the hill. So I'm turning around looking for, obviously can't see. Disappears off on the bike. Like, gotta see him now on the bike. Where is he? I haven't seen him for ages. Like, I'm nearly back on the bike. Like, still haven't seen him.
18k in on the bike.
Yeah. Where is he? Like, where is he? And then you tell the rest then about your brother now. Were they waiting on the beach or just on the wall?
They
of
were
the
on the
beach?
wall, and like I said, what tide was quite far out, so all you can see is
Yeah,
red dots from him going round.
basically, yeah.
In the meantime, while I was swimming, still out in the water, because I got out of the water last but 3 maybe. Like, I was swimming. I would do like stroke, 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 and then someone told me, is it take a deep breath or breathe out and get on your back and you'll float.
Yeah,
So I should have took fags with me, because I could have had fag breaks in there. Just breathe out, float, feet in the water, just kicking back. I could have had a pina colada and a fag, the amount of breaks I had in there on my back. But unfortunately, someone was pulled out of the water. Not me, but someone else was pulled out of the water and was having CPR on the beach. And everyone knew, obviously, my brother and the boys who were down there knew that I was a bit worried about my swim. I haven't seen me coming past anyone. I've seen you coming past and thought, how far behind can he be behind Pleo? Turns out real far. They shouldn't have worried. But for all they know, that I'm this guy having the CPR on the beach. During all of that, my brother said his phone goes, and it's a text message off my father saying, how's he doing? And he went, can't reply to that right now. Put it back in his pocket. And I think about 7 minutes after then, I come running past, Cheshire Cat. He's like, because the wetsuit is what's it called, the swim cap is so tight.
Cap and the goggles.
And yeah, like, not a care in the world. But that was tough. Like I said, that swim, I don't think I would do it again.
And that was like nigh on perfect conditions.
Yeah.
It was like pretty calm. Like, it was as calm as I've seen a British sea.
Yeah.
And I've watched like the boys do swims, or when I've even been out, not many times, but it was pretty much perfect.
I don't know how the boys do it. Like, obviously I know how they do it because they love it, but this was the first one as well, so I think it might have been limited to 1,000 maybe.
Yeah, it was like, it was
and you were still getting swum over a little bit when you tried to go in last. I don't know if they laughed at me or how people are swimming over me.
Yeah, but there was like, we weren't the only people that done that when we did. Probably say 20 or 30 others who were complete novices, same as us, had done the same thing. So yeah, there were still bodies around us, but it weren't too bad. But like, going back to like Kyle last week when we watched that last year, the Iron Man one, and like that's like they going in groups tonight, and it was just chaos out there.
It's wild.
It looks absolutely.
So, but we survived the swim. So yeah, you've been out on the bike for, you must have fallen on the bike. Little time, like a 1% of you must be like, he hasn't drowned.
Where is he? That's all I was thinking. Like, why haven't I seen him? And I was honestly starting to get worried, like, because obviously you weren't the best swimmer, and it's quite a long, 750 for us was a long way. And like, I was coming back, and it was literally, I was nigh on back into Barry, because it was out to the airport and back on the route.
Yeah.
And like, I was nearly back into Barry, so I had like a couple of K to go, and then there you goes coming past. Waving. Yeah.
Right now.
I've never been so relieved in my life. I've landed and smiling all the way on the 5.
But I had nothing in, because I come out so far, like, it was just a leisurely stroll on a bike for me for 20 km, and I still managed to fall off.
He's going to say, it weren't leisurely, was it? Because you haven't told them about you coming off.
There's no one to beat, no one to take over, no one to catch up with me or nothing. Mm-hmm. And I've still got scars on my shoulder now from, I was a gel, I was trying to have a gel, and I went to rip the gel, I ripped it too hard, and the motion of my head going our way has pulled the bike down with me, and I'm on the floor with a bike on top of me outside the airport. No one to talk to about him. If you'd fallen off the bike, you'd have people, I don't even know if I'm going the right way. There's no one else there.
You had no marshals or anything by you, did
At
you?
that point, no, I'd missed it. I just turned past the marshals. I don't know how I finished that because there's so many points in there I could have just thrown in the towel and gone.
Yeah, but even your bike end coming back, all the handlebars were bent.
They were bent. No, in the garage. Oh, no. I was like if it was like riding a gambo back. It was.
Yeah, you would have probably been quicker on a gamble.
Yeah, and like I said, I had no one to beat. Made it back in, got the bike into transition. I absolutely loved the 5K. And I think I picked 2 people off in the 5K.
I remember because we were watching and we were like, he was near the back, but obviously not at the last. But it was like touch and go for a bit. And like you passed a few people because you was running pretty well then, wasn't it?
Yeah, my running was fine, but we were so undercooked. Yeah. It was my fault because it's not even didn't even wing it. I showed no respect to the triathlon in the build up to it at all, really.
I did obviously I was running, but did a handful of bike rides. Did probably a little bit of swimming. Probably done more swimming than biking. Literally, I thought how hard can it be ride a bike 20k, and it weren't too bad. It was quite elite getting out to Roos, but then it weren't too bad. It was pretty. I'd say it's 20k is nothing. It was over.
No, so I'm doing that. I can do that on a watt bike now in an hour, without not really knowing what I'm doing on a watt bike. I'm gonna knock out 20. I think I done 25k in an hour on a watt bike the other day. No-handed, leisurely.
Bit different. You haven't got to open a gel and rip yourself and tip the bike over. Can you on a watt bike?
The conditions weren't the conditions were lovely, but they're not lovely for endurance sports, are they?
Oh no, it was boiling. Yeah. It was roasting.
And then, but it was all worth it to get my medal off Polly Jameson in the.
Yeah.
Because she was before she had started having babies as well. I was.
It was she was DJing. She was
DJing and giving the medals out and stuff.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool event. In fairness, it was good. I know these clips say they're still going.
Yeah, I don't know. It must be. Yes, they must. Maybe they missed COVID because this was before COVID. Yeah, 2018 was definitely way before COVID as well. Before Scott Gray was even doing triathlons. Before Holloway and Kyle were doing triathlons. But it's nice to have paved the way for you boys, to be honest.
Exactly.
But we got our medals. Would you do another triathlon?
Not at the minute.
No, you still got a bigger fish to fry, haven't you?
Not at the minute. It is something I would maybe one day go back to, but I'll keep that on the back burner for now. Definitely. I got other, like you say, bucket list races and things I want to do first in running.
Yeah. I think, I would probably, because I'm a glutton for punishment. But then, let's set some really unrealistic goals. But I would work towards it this time. I don't know, Kyle scared me off Ironman last week when we told me it would cost me 90 quid to pay for my food all the way around.
Yeah,
I never considered that.
Doing the long ones like the 73s and the full Ironmans is just crazy how much it costs. And like we said last week, that's you gotta plan something like that over a year.
Yeah, but I do want to spin up Heartbreak Hill as well. I would love a spin up Heartbreak Hill as well.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'd have to stop at the bottom and take my top off.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. I'm not here for time. I'm here for a good time.
I think how strict I am. You might get disqualified for not having your tri-suit zipped up.
Yeah, all the way got done this year, didn't he? Not for being topless.
He was cheating him. He drafted him when he would cheat.
Aggressive.
He's still bitter about that.
Yeah.
Oh, not in Bolton, in Wales, wasn't it? In Bolton, Wales.
Yeah, Bolton. We'll let him tell us that story if we can ever get him on.
Yeah, if we can get him in. We'll have him.
Yeah.
Closer to Wales.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm glad we done it though. But like I said, if I done it, I was still smoking and drinking and everything as well, and I was training, working.
Treating great, Nick.
Yeah, but I was still going out and swigging on a Friday and Saturday and pumping 100 fags a week into me as well, I think. So it was a bit just for the aesthetics then, I think. But I was getting my Boardmaster's body to Chemical Brothers Redlining on a Saturday when there was no way I wasn't going to that topless, like
You have to.
topless in the rain, but that's another story for a different kind of podcast.
Yeah, it's different.
But yeah, I think I would do it again. But like I said, now don't really drink much. A couple of Guinnesses now and again. Don't smoke. Don't vape. My only vice at the moment is White Monster, and we'll soon get rid of that as well. Then.
I can say I don't think that's the best for you either. Is it?
No, but we got to work in context, Nick, and we can't take everything away from me like all in once.
You could have a couple of vices.
Yeah. Well, no, here you are. Give me that monster and have 20 fags instead. All right, sound. Happy. So that's the story of the triathlon, our Christmas bonus episode. We've got a couple of questions from the Q&A now. So if we take a break and then we'll have a look at what people have sent in on Instagram and any other kind of podcast admin, and then we're off for Christmas and we'll be back in January. Welcome back. Straight from our break, straight in with the question and answers from Instagram. Number 1, sports personality of the year. It probably would have been announced maybe by the time this advert comes out, but should Arda Skeezer be in the mix for sports personality of the year?
Have fun in it. He's not going to finish it this year.
Yeah.
He's currently just gone over his original target, doesn't he, of 240 days, which he was hoping to complete. So he's going to be more like February, March. Should he? Well, it's an unbelievable achievement. If he does it, well, he will do it. He's got this far.
Yeah. But I don't think you get him into sports personality. Get him a Darwin Award or something.
Yeah, get him some in. He needs some recognition. Yeah. He's obviously smart. He's well over his target now, isn't he, for the charities?
Yeah. Which is Freedom of Africa or something. I don't know. The keys to the city. Keys to Lagos. I don't know.
Keys to the pool of Africa. Yeah. It's a hell of a key.
A massive key. Right. We've got a couple of interesting ones, actually, which we would probably like to do in the future, but not yet. Any plans on making a Runs podcast live event? That's from John Price Trying. He said he'd be there for sure. And he put emoji of a dog. So I don't know if he's a dog in another life or he would bring his dog. Let us know, John. I would love to do it, but we need to have bums on seats and stuff eventually, don't we? And venues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Still this is only the 4th episode, so it's nice to get messages like that. And I think we'd love to do in the future. But like I said, we're averaging about 200 views across YouTube and all the different podcast platforms per episode at the moment. So you'd need, they don't all translate into tickets to come down and sit down with us as well, do they? So I think we'd need the audience to be there and the need for it and the want for it.
Yeah. I was thinking of them and anyway, we're just enjoying doing this a minute. We have got a smaller sort of scale plan for something in the summer, haven't we? But
yeah,
that'll be just more of a small amongst ourselves and people we invite and an open thing. Like
that would be the dream, wouldn't it? I mean, full-time podcasters would be fantastic, but it's an hard nut to crack, isn't it? Definitely something we would like to do in the future. Is Nikki nervous about Boxing Day? The play or ding dong, I think Nicky Bennett is on about by there.
No, not at all.
No? How's Arv doing? He hasn't been it.
Because, he's been doing it secretly. You know, he didn't put on Strava today. He went and done a session.
Why are you nervous?
He's because That's more because me and him are going down to Cardiff Park on Saturday, so I'm going to try and pace him to sub-18 if I can, if it's a decent day weather-wise. It's not looking great, but we'll have a crack. But no, Boxing Day, where he's going to have, and where it's longer than he's used to, because it's like 6 to 7K, and you know what I'm like after a drink.
Day two player was dangerous, yeah. I think you picked
I
the
think
wrong
he
day
goes
to take you on.
No.
We'll see.
We will see. We never know, but I'm confident for Boxing Day.
What we need is we need a betting partner, like the Peter Crouch podcast is sponsored by Paddy Power and M. So if we get some odds on the Playo Boxing Day duster, that would be great. This one is for me and a running joke between our circle of friends, but I don't know who else would understand, but we better address it. You don't move your arms when you run. Does that mean you don't move your legs when you swim? So I think I do know, but notoriously, I mean, every photo we've got ever had, or every time we played football against each other a lot, didn't we, rather than on the same team. And it was always a running joke that I would not move my arms. I'd be running like, well, just not bending my arms, just swinging them by my side like some kind of marsupial.
Yeah, like a robot, just down to the side. Just
a robot, yeah. I like that, a robot. But yeah, my legs move probably too much when I'm swimming, and that probably hinders me when I'm swimming as well. Otherwise, if he's swimming like, what's his name?
That's what slowed you.
Will off you in between us when he's in bed with Charlotte. Otherwise, I don't know, I'd just be like stiff as a flag. Oh. When's the first Runs podcast run meetup? We spoke about that as well. It's just understanding logistically where everyone's from as well, really, and if we can. It's hard to organise, really, isn't it? Because you're normally knee deep in marathon prep or whatever as well. We are hoping to do some park run takeovers if we can in the new year as well. But if you want to come over to My Stag Park Run, fill up My Stag Park Run, our local park run, we'd be happy to try and organise something where My Stag Park Run meets the Runs podcast and see if we can get anything sorted in the new year up there. We put the feelers up for that, maybe.
Look into that and have a chat about that and think about that. But that's probably the easiest to start something like that.
Yeah, the spook is nice and big as well, so it's nice and if you want. I don't know why anyone would want to meet us, but if you wanted to sit down and have a coffee after it as well, there's a lovely big spoons down there as well. Okay. And last one to wrap it up, nice meaty one actually. What made you boys start running and getting into the run tri-scene community? Do you want me to go first or you?
Yeah, go on, you go first.
Mine was just what we touched on earlier, really, wasn't it? That I was doing the body coach and going to the gym, and then I had one crack at a park run, and then had a time to beat, and that just come down really fast, didn't it? But I'm in and out, like stuff like this podcast and YouTube channels I've tried in the past and stuff like that is I do for me to like keep engaged with it as well, to keep me going, because I'll have a day off and it'll be 3 years later. Triathlon. Like I said, this episode was all about the triathlon we done, but I just think they're different beasts as well, and I just love seeing people doing stuff they shouldn't be doing in a legal way. Like,
good one.
And we'd be lucky to have Steve and Kyle as friends that are really, really good at it as well. But we went down to watch Scott before COVID as well. And like Kyle said last week, it's just grown and grown and grown since, everyone knows a triathlete now, whereas before COVID, I think maybe you didn't as much. Like, I think it's a bit more of a sport now than it's ever been, maybe. So that's probably why I'm in there, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, well, going back to like the first week we started this, I started running because I finished football. Didn't want to just do nothing. So, and I always enjoyed the odd bit of running for keeping fit, and started going to the local park runs. And then a few months later, joined the club, and rest is history. Now I'm addicted and running world marathons, trying to get that 6 majors medal.
We need to get you into that 6 major medals by hook or by crook as well. If anyone's got any ideas for that, anyone's got any contact at Abbott or the World Majors, if we can get an extra spot, that would be great.
Give me a free bib to Tokyo, please.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Right, happy days. So, we're pretty much done with this today now, I think, and done for the year, really. This is the last podcast. We have got a giveaway at the moment. We wanted to do Nike vouchers, ideally, because we're slaves to Nike. But we did run a little poll, and there were people that like other brands, apparently, more than they like Nike.
Weirdos.
Yeah. 1 vote for New Balance, specifically Velcro New Balances.
Gross.
From a man
We know who that
who's
was.
banned from running because he keeps breaking the tarmac because he's running so fast, but he needs to get back out. Ben Keogh, get back to it. But we are running a sports voucher, £50 sports shoes voucher, just because we want to get more followers, really, and get the podcast out to more people, and then we'll be able to do these live shows and meetups and everything like everyone's been asking. So if you have entered the competition, make sure you're sharing it. It's running till New Year's Day. So make sure you do that.
On our Insta. So yeah, get on there, share, like, and then obviously that'll spread us wider and give us more followers, and we can keep going and give something back to someone as well. One lucky winner.
Yeah.
And when's it been drawn? New
Year's Day, yeah. And any guests you want to see on here, tag them, tell them about us, and we can try and get them on and have a nice informal chat with Nikki's understanding of the running world and my weird questions. It's a good mix.
Yeah.
It's
a good mix, yeah.
Have a lovely Christmas and a happy New Year.
Yeah. Awesome. Everyone have a good Christmas and enjoy.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.
Nice one. Bye.
Bye. Sound.